Have you ever wondered why it's lunchtime in London while it's still breakfast in New York? This curious question sets the stage for our exploration into the fascinating concept of time zones. Across our vast world, the sun rises and sets at different times, creating a globe segmented into 24 time zones. This invisible boundary of time affects everything from our daily routines to international business. So isn't it important to understand it? Today, we are going to uncover the secret behind this time difference. Imagine a world without time zones. It would be chaos, wouldn't it? Now let's dive into the concept of time zones. Picture the Earth spinning on its axis, completing a full rotation every 24 hours. To keep things tidy and organized, geographers and scientists divided the world into 24 time zones, each representing 1 hour of the day. But why do we need these time zones? Well, imagine you're in London and you want to call a friend in New York. Without time zones, you'd have no way of knowing whether it's day or night there. Time zones give us a universal system to know what time it is anywhere on Earth. So how did these time zones come into existence? Well, it all started in the late 19th century, when Sir Sandford Fleming, a Canadian engineer, proposed a system of worldwide time zones. Before this, each city had its own local time, which was quite confusing, especially for railway schedules. Fleming's idea was adopted in 1884 at the International Meridian Conference, and the world was divided into 24 time zones, starting from the prime meridian in Greenwich, London. Now, not every country follows the 1 hour division strictly. Some countries like India and China use a single time zone nationwide, but that's a discussion for another day. So time zones are essentially our way of organizing time across different regions of the world. Now that we understand what time zones are, how do we navigate them? Well, let's imagine you are in London and you want to schedule a call with a friend in New York. You first need to know the time difference between these two cities. London operates on Greenwich Mean Time or GMT, while New York is on Eastern Standard Time or EST. The difference between GMT and EST is generally 5 hours, with New York being behind. So when it's noon in London, it's just 7 in the morning in New York. Now, what if daylight saving time is in effect? This is where it gets a bit trickier. Daylight saving time can shift the time difference by an hour. In the case of London and New York, during daylight saving time, the difference is only 4 hours. But how do we keep track of all these changes and differences? That's where Coordinated Universal Time, or UTC, comes in. UTC is the time standard used across the world. It's the point from which all other time zones are calculated. So if you know the UTC offset of your time zone and the time zone of the place you're interested in, you can easily calculate the current time there. So with a little bit of math and understanding of UTC, you can figure out the time anywhere in the world. So let's bring it all together. Time zones, in essence, are regions of the Earth that observe the same standard time. They were introduced to streamline timekeeping and make it consistent across different geographical locations. Without them, we'd be in a bit of a pickle, wouldn't we? Imagine trying to coordinate a business meeting or a family call across continents without a standard time reference. The Earth, our home, is divided into 24 time zones, each representing 1 hour. This division is based on the Earth's rotation, which takes approximately 24 hours to complete a full turn. Pretty neat, isn't it? Now, you might be wondering, how do we calculate these time zones? It's all thanks to the Greenwich Meridian, or the Prime Meridian, which is designated as 0 degrees longitude. This is where we get the term Greenwich Mean Time, or GMT. But today, Coordinated Universal Time, or UTC, is more commonly used as the world's time standard. It's like the heartbeat of our planet, keeping everyone in sync. In our increasingly interconnected world, understanding time zones is more crucial than ever. It's not just about knowing the time in London or Tokyo. It's about being able to connect, collaborate, and communicate effectively with people around the globe. Understanding time zones isn't just about knowing what time it is. It's about understanding our world a little bit better.